So when I was a soldier, because all the Korean young men have to go to army service, so I did it too actually before I became a monk. Usually we finish 2 years in the university, and then that's the general kind of timing the young Korean guys go to army service. So I did it too. After 2 years in university, I went to army, and in my time actually it was about 27 months army service, so it's more than 2 years. What the hell? The lifestyle is pretty much similar to what I'm doing now here, because you don't have really some privacy much, but of course the direction is totally different, right? Because basically, I mean, if he is a soldier, don't please misunderstand, but I mean, the army is actually to fight and maybe kill. So, but here we actually has a totally different direction. So that's why I hate that. I call that hell, because whatever I do there, if I become very good man there, that means actually I'm very good to fight against someone or kill. But anyway, the first 1 year, fortunately or unfortunately, my service was actually I was like an office soldier, so I just type a lot. That's why actually I can type quite fast now, still. And I remember it was like 1992. So still in Korea, in the army, we don't have these personal computer things yet, not very common yet. So actually, the first few months, I had to type this, how you type? Typer?
Typewriter.
Typewriter, So almost whole day, like at least 7 or 8 hours, I had to sit down and type like machine. And then maybe about 1 year, I actually served as an office soldier. And then, you know what the army is like. You have to just obey. No reason to say no, or no, there's nothing else, only but you say yes. So that means actually the top people in that, base can order you anything. And then if they don't like you, then they can, the bad word, they can plot, and they can send you somewhere other, maybe the base. So something like that happened to me after 1 year. I believe I didn't make a mistake, but there was a plot, definitely. But anyway, they said I made some typo, like some misspelling in some document, and then they sent me 1 week this ranger training. So it's like a really severe, like a unhuman-like punishment. It's just like a prisoner, actually. If you go that this ranger training base, usually the soldiers sent there if they make some big mistake. Because I made a big mistake, this typo. So maybe there was about attacking North Korea, but I made a mistake. Joke. So anyway, I had to go. When you go there, they take off this rank. So I was actually, I don't know how to call it in English, but after 6 months, you got this 1 bar, which means you are promoted, right? And then you have already some juniors you can bother, that means the freshmen. And then after a couple of months later, you got another bar. Actually, that happened when I had I think 3. It's quite I can be comfortable in the army already as a soldier. But then if you are sent to this ranger training as a punishment, you have to get rid of this. That means you are nobody. You are nothing. So you are just like you just entered army. So you are just the lowest person anywhere. So I was sent there for 1 week. And then that ranger training base, many soldiers, some similar situation as mine, they are coming from all different army base. So we don't have any rank. We are all prisoner there. And then there are like a monster looking like trainers there. And we are given 1 spoon. You have to always carry spoon. You have to eat it. You can use it for anything. So you have to always keep it in your pocket. And by the way, the Korean man, when we talk about the time in the army, usually we say maybe 40 or 50% of our talk is exaggeration. But this one is not really exaggeration. I'm not exaggerating too much. So the room is maybe like this big size. And literally, when you lie down to sleep, your knee really touch the others. So we are completely packed. And no shower for the 1 week. So I don't know if it was a perfume or some smell. So it was really, really severe. And then after the 1 week training, we really kind of become like a brother. Because that is unbelievably, like you don't imagine. Also, the speech that you hear every day, every moment from the trainers are curse. I have never heard that kind of dirty, it's hard to imagine that kind of speech. So you can imagine, how dark it can be, right? Anyway, one day, we had to go this, rappel. Do you know rappel? Like in the rock cliff that you have to rely on this rope. And then everybody goes down, jump down. And that was the day. And then for some dangerous training, they make us exercise a lot. So like a jumping jacks, 1,000 of times, really. And then because otherwise people mind very loose. So you do that, a lot of these jumping jacks, push-ups, things, and then they one by one they send up to the hill. And then there is a really tough trainer waiting for you, and then not help you, order you to put on this rope and the kind of, it hold your body from the crotch and then your shoulder. And then I was just about to kind of going down, holding this rope, upon a tree. Suddenly, I felt my head was kind of flying to somewhere. Because this trainer was just punch me. So when I was just bouncing, just looking at him, then he was just shouting at me that you want to die. Because I just forgot to click this clip here. So if it actually kind of loosen, then I would actually just fall and die. So, but I really at that moment felt this guy wanted to help me, wanted to save me, not really punch me. So I was just about to really get kind of pissed off, but when I saw his face, he really actually, I could just feel right away, he just wanted to save my life. So I didn't say anything, just to follow this instruction, click again, and then could go down. So after this kind of training, even if that was punishment, all of us, even including the trainers, when we are actually going back to our base, we all became close, blood brothers. after going through this difficult time. I'm saying this because we are not in that kind of physically severe situation here. Maybe for this coming next week, can be a little bit like that. But what we go through is more like actually more psychologically, also mentally, is more difficult. It's really, really, you feel maybe tight. Not everybody, but quite a few people might go through that. Maybe some of you already have gone through it since the kyolche started. So at least we help each other. Or actually, if you don't really understand why people around yourself try to maybe tell you this way, or kind of try to lead you to practice, it's because actually we all understand what our direction is. So especially for this intensive week, we really need it. I don't mean that actually you have to always try to do something for others. But at least, if we keep that kind of direction, that why we all are here, and why we all have chosen to this kind of tough time.